Hello, everyone. Good morning. Actually, I'm not feeling very well, especially my throat. So as you can hear, that my voice is not very clear. But I'm not having dry coughing. No any symptoms. COVID-19. God bless us. Okay, so this lecture we are going to talk about different types of social media platforms, and to look at take a close look at how to do marketing on each of them. So I'd like to talk about three major, actually four major platforms. They are Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. And as you know, there are dozens of other platforms that people are using, but I'm not going to cover all of them. So first of all, I'd like you to watch a video. It shows major social media platforms. Actually, it's not from 2014. It's from, I suppose so. So 2003 to 2019. So let's take a look. It's very interesting. At least I feel very interesting. Okay, the end will be similar numbers for the end of 2019, and as you can see, this graph, the dynamic graph, is using monthly active users. So the Facebook, it already has more than 2.4 billion monthly active users. So we call it as mouse. And for YouTube, it is at the second place, more than 2 billion mouse. And the third one is WeChat. But WeChat is basically mainly used by Chinese. So as you can see, the growth rate after 2015 for WeChat is not very quick. And I suppose if WeChat cannot get any market share outside China, it is hard for it to get more mouse. And the fourth one is Instagram. So Instagram actually it is a part of Facebook. So Facebook, the company, has several major social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, and MySpace, something like that. And Twitter, I cannot believe it. So the number of monthly active users, Twitter is under the end of this list. So the 10th place. And the mouse, it's around, to say this, 338 million mouse. So it has a good potential to get more influence, right? So for today, we're going to talk about Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter. Okay, let's get back to our point. So Facebook was founded in 2006, and it's a network platform. Usually, people get to know each other offline, and they added each other to be their to be each other's friends on Facebook, right? So I would say that Facebook is a net platform which is going to replace. I don't know. It will replace the offline relationship between people, but I would say it's an online version of friendship, right? Okay, so especially for the seeds, considering the seeds of any Facebook account. So basically, you know each other offline, and you add each other to be your friend, right? But after that, I call it this kind of followers or friends as seeds. But afterwards, you could add some strangers by some techniques, right? Maybe you do not know each other offline, but you can be friends online on Facebook. another major characteristic for Facebook, I would say, its users are of all ages and all walks of life. And people say that Facebook is outdated, especially for younger generation. To some extent, I agree with this statement. But still, as you can see from this graph, from the statistical data, Facebook cannot be ignored, right? So, as a marketer, how to make use of Facebook as a good platform for them to do advertising? First of all, we need to know some, Facebook features, right? We're going to focus on the parts for business. So let's take a look at the company user connection. For a company, for every company, it can open multiple Facebook pages, but you don't want to screw them up, right? So before you open all these accounts or pages, you need to be very clear. So each account, each page should have a unique purpose. Like Adidas, so we have Adidas Europe, we have Adidas US, we have Adidas, entertainment, so on. And we use likes, like symbol, right? If you click there are two kinds of likes. So the first one is for like pages. So likes for pages. And the second one is content like, right? Let me show you something. I think you already know what I'm saying, right? So let's take a look at my Facebook. So let's take a look at the pages and what I have liked. So for instance, the Disney. Okay. So here's the Disney page. And after I click this page, like I already liked it, right? So if I click here, it will show, it means I do not like this page. So I can, click it. If I do not like it any longer, I can click here. Okay. So dislike means page like, and let's take a look at the content. So here we are. So as you can see, Disney posted so many contents here, and so here's a video for from the voice of Bella. So if you like it, you can click here, and this one is like, this one is love, and we have different emojis here, and you can also make a comment here, right? So like, it's very widely used symbol on Facebook, and it has been copied by other platforms. Basically, I mean, obviously, it is a very good symbol for people to show their attitudes to the content, right? Okay, let's get back to the slides. Okay, so for our page like, it is actually it is a subscription. So afterwards, after you like a page, the contents, the new contents of this page, is probably will be displayed on your Facebook account, but not necessarily. But you have, it is possible, it is probable. And for content like, it won't change the user status with the company. Like, if I get a content from Disney, from one of my friend, my friend share some content from Disney to me, so I can take a look at that content. But I can also click the like button here, but it doesn't mean that I like the page itself, right? And another thing I would to mention about Facebook would be, we have a company Facebook page, and we have individual account, right? And for a page, there are millions of people. For instance, the Disney page, there are so 52 million people like this page, right? So for those people, Disney has no access to its followers' personal information. As we know that Facebook has been confronting so many issues about how to protect its customers' personal information. But still, I would say that from this perspective, I mean, the company cannot access its fans' personal information. From this perspective, I would give a credit to Facebook. Not every platform does this. And afterwards, I'd like to show you what is content consumption. And I believe even though you are millennials, but I guess I bet some of you still have a Facebook account, and maybe once a day you'd like to check what's going on on your Facebook, right? So we have news feed. There are 4 types of it. Any content posted by friends, originally you have friends, right? So it's Facebook is basically a network platform. So any content posted by friends, and other actions from friends, like what pages they liked, during the past hour or week, and what kind of comments they made. The third one is content from pages liked by the user, like I'm a follower, I'm a fan of Disney. So if Disney, have Disney has a new content, I will get it. in some occasion. We're going to talk about it. So not everyone will get every new content from the pages they like. And the fourth part would be paid for advertisement. Paid for advertisement, it means that let's take a look at my pages. Okay, let's go back to my home page. So here, actually, I do not have many. Okay, I get a new post from my friend Ling. She lives in Montreal, okay, Canada. So he posted. Here's her her most recent, the latest. Yes, that's the word. Her latest post. Okay. And yeah, because I follow this page Disney, so it says that okay, because this is an advertisement from Disney, right? We'll talk it later. Okay, there are some other news feeds from what I'm following. Okay. So how to determine what to display? Facebook has a very huge magnitude of mouse. Mouse means monthly active users. So think about it. If everyone posts one new content on Facebook, and there are so many, on average, one Facebook account has more than 150 followers. So think about it. If everyone gets every new content from their friends and the pages they are following, you cannot imagine it, right? The servers from the Facebook will explode, actually. So Facebook, the platform, need to think about how to determine what to display. So how to choose which one to display the advertisements from Disney. So of course, Facebook has some complicated algorithm, but here are the keys for the algorithm. So the Facebook will depend on past engagement, recency, content type, and the content popularity, and the type of account posting the content. And only 1 to 2% followers can see a company post. Basically, it's the algorithm focuses on the historical data of the follower and also the content and quality of the content, right? Think about it. If, like me, I do not log in on my Facebook accounts every day. So yesterday, the funny thing I found yesterday would be, I found one of my close friends. Oh, it was Ling. I mentioned earlier, a moment ago. She sent me happy birthday message every year, but I found it yesterday. So I felt so sorry to her because I need to say thank you to her. We, as you know, we communicate through WeChat. Not so much on Facebook, but for her, because she has been living in Montreal for more than 13 years, so she's more familiar with Facebook than WeChat. So of course I got happy birthday message from her on WeChat, but I did not find she also sends messages on Facebook. So for me, for the users like me, I'm not very active, right? And so in this case, in this situation, maybe I will be excluded from receiving the contents from the page I'm following, because the Facebook would consider that I'm not very active, and so no impact on whether to get the new post from the pages, right? And as you can see from the slides, that the content, if it's a video, it has a higher opportunity to be displayed to the followers. And image is the middle one, and the text, if the contents of the new feed is text only, the opportunity for it to be displayed is very low. Okay. And as I mentioned before, that the Facebook can treat company page differently from how they treat how Facebook treats personal accounts. So if the new post is from a friend, a real person, not a company, the opportunity for it to be displayed to the account is higher than the post from a company account. Okay. So here's a challenge for companies, right? Because of what? Because as I mentioned before, only 1% to 2% of followers can see a company post. If the company wants to reach more fans, or want its newest post be reached by more fans, you need to pay or get your do some advertisement. Okay, how to do advertisements on Facebook? Here, Facebook offers a free all-in-one Facebook Business Manager. It's beautiful because it's free, right? So you can click this link. Let's take a look. So it says, "Oh, Business Manager." It deals with managing ad accounts, pages, and people who work on them, all in one place. It's free. So if you are interested in by using Business Manager, you can first of all create an account, right? So let's take a look at a few features from about this Business Manager. So first of all, as I said, you need more than one ad account. Why? because you have so many customers or clients to offer your service, right? And you need to request access to pages or ad accounts. You need to assign permissions to a lot of people working together. Okay, you can look it through, and there are common questions Q&A, and you can see how to make good use of this free tool to do your business on Facebook, right? And on YouTube, there are thousands of videos to introduce how to create Facebook ads or how to do advertising on Facebook. And after watching a lot of them, I found that this one would be helpful. So it's very direct video to show how to create a Facebook ad step by step. Okay, let's talk about some details about the online ad. So advertising on Facebook, it is almost the same as online advertising. We call it as display advertising, right? So the company creates an ad. It could be an image, it could be a video plus caption, and you need to describe what it is, right? And plus call to action. Because the ultimate objective for you is to earn some revenue from people who watch the video or who read the lines, right? So you need to give them the trigger. So the trigger would be call to action. Sometimes there is a link, sometimes there isn't. But most of times, I think the link is very popular. And how about the bidding price? So you can use CPC, CPM. M means per 1,000 impressions, right? CPA. And in some cases, you have to compete with other, marketers to get the advertising space. Okay. Here, this one, from this you can see that there's an algorithm for Facebook to decide which marketer to get the space, to win the bid. So not only the bidding price matters, but also the estimated action rate, plus the relevancy or quality of the content. So like what the search engine SEO and online advertising do. So not only the price, but also the content, the quality, right, matters. Okay, afterwards, let's take a look at the placement. So for laptop or PC users, so you can see the advertisements from newsfeed, marketplace, and ad section. For mobile users, only newsfeed. Let's take a look at the my Facebook. As you can see that here we have a sponsored. Sponsored basically it means Disney pays something. Okay, why this post is displayed to me. Why? Because according to the pages I'm following Disney, right? And probably I'm interested in the new films, and probably I'm a big fan to all stuff from Disney, right? So it is here. Here's the caption. So, surprise. Frozen 2 has arrived early on Disney Plus. Actually, if my memory is correct, Frozen 2, several months ago, right? At least 5 months ago. Okay. And you can click here, click on the picture, or you can click this button. So it says watch more. It is from disneyplus.com, right? And it says the price, and it mentions it's a free trial. So if you are interested in, you can watch more, or you can click on this picture, and you can also, you can click like, love, or haha, or make some comments, right? So here we can see that there are 3.9 thousand comments and even more shares. Okay. So for a post a person gets, he or she can like it, comment it, or share it. Okay. Oh, I forgot it. I forgot to tell you that here's a marketplace. The marketplace, you can find almost any information you are interested in. I have a friend who lives in Denver, Colorado. She has 2-bedroom, apartment she'd like to have her 2-bedroom apartment be leased, be rented. Okay, get someone to live there and pay some money to her, right? So we call it as rent. So we have some directory websites for this kind of thing, like Craigslist, or you can also find some professional to help you to do this. In addition, you can use the Facebook Marketplace, and you can post the message here and show the pictures of the apartment, and to explore whether people would be interested in, or how many of them, and is it possible for you to get a higher rent? Actually, my friend finds her clients on Facebook, marketplace. So it's a good place, not only for a company but also for an individual. Okay. So here's a screenshot from Syndex. So Syndex is a company, right? So it says, beef Syndex product, right? And it also shares a link, and you can do whatever you want, like love, wow, or make some comment or share it. Okay. Oh, that's Facebook. So Facebook, originally it was a network platform, but nowadays people can make even better use of it to do advertising on Facebook, not only for company but also for individual, right? Okay. And the next one, we are going to cover Twitter. So Twitter, it was founded in 2006, 1 year before Facebook. But unfortunately, the commercial model for Twitter is now not very successful. So that's why Twitter, as you can see from the video we watched earlier, the number of miles for Twitter is only one eighth of miles of Facebook, right? So Facebook has 2.4 billion miles, but for Twitter, only 0.3 billion miles. But recently, Twitter got something, a good lesson, bad lesson. So it began to earn money during the recent 2 years. Okay, so that's a good news for Twitter. So let's take a look at Twitter. So Twitter, people use follow, right? People use hashtag, people use @ people use retweet. So it is a very good tool to broadcast or socialize the news. 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, only 140 characters were allowed on Twitter. So it's a very short message. But afterwards, Twitter doubles the limitation. So till now, 280 characters are allowed. Okay. And all accounts are public. Okay, so I can find the Donald Trump Twitter account very easily. So I just search Trump on Twitter. I found it. Okay, and Twitter users can group the accounts they follow. So there are some features. I'm not going to go detail for that. And how to display the contents. So originally, Twitter was displayed tweets in reverse chronological order. Reverse chronological order means the newest will be the top one to be displayed, right? The oldest will be the last one. But 4 years ago, Twitter, made a change. So now the Twitter depends on the relevance, the similarity, and some other factors to determine, the order of display. By contrast to Facebook, on Twitter, there is no distinction between a personal profile and a corporate profile. So from this perspective, I would say that Twitter, for personal profile or personal page, personal account, so the usage basically is limited, right? And the hashtag sign, so it was first introduced by Twitter. So on Twitter, people use hashtag sign to enable group conversations. So like people use hashtag COVID-19 to talk about anything about the virus, about the patient, about the PPE, right? And how to create content for Twitter. I believe that most of you have better experience than me. So you have more knowledge. Okay, there's only one thing I'd like to mention is retweet. So everyone retweets every day, right? But I would say from marketing perspective, retweet, it is an activity to broadcast or to advertise the message, the original message, even though you are not the receiver, the recipient is not a follower to the original account. So your message or your advertisement will get additional exposures through retweeting. Okay, so it's a very good way to do business. Okay, let's take a look at how to do advertising on Twitter. So Twitter has a business page. So from here, you can, let's take a look. Open the hyperlink. So you can find everything you want to explore. So it says the power of Twitter. So basically, it's an advertisement for itself, right? Okay. The solutions to fit your goals. So you can either use Twitter ads or interest-based targeting, or if you were an agency, you can click this and take a look. Okay. How to create a Twitter ad. Here's a link if you are interested in. You can take a look at it. It's not very long, but the pronunciation is not very good. If you can, bear it, you can do it. You can learn something from watching it. Okay. Let's take a look at Twitter. Okay, Twitter. Where is Twitter? Where's Twitter? Okay, Twitter. Donald Trump. Okay. So, okay, let's move to my homepage. Okay. Oh, because I'm following Stanford's natural language processing group. So here's a retweet from it. No. So Thomas Wolf retweets some post from Stanford's NLP group. Okay. Okay. It's not an advertisement. Oh, recently I found Quibi. It's a very popular word to use, right? Quibi. Yeah, Quibi is one. Okay, so I would say this Apple Insider, like I showed to you last lecture, right? So Apple Insider, it is it's usually shares some newest information about Apple, right? And here it says short form streaming service Quibi. So Quibi is a short form streaming service. Has launched at $4.99 per month, blah blah blah. And you can get some more details from clicking this link, right? So usually, people get some new information on Twitter, and as I said in the previous lecture, that on social media for marketer, so two major objectives, right? I don't know whether you remember that. If you record it, you know that these two major objectives for people to use social media to do marketing. The first one would be, get their customers return, right, and make some purchase. Okay, that's the first one, and the other one would be to build up or improve the brand equity. So not every Twitter account or Facebook account does advertisements on the social media platforms, but some does, some do, others not everyone. Okay, but you can do if you want. Okay, so for instance, the Apple Insider, I would say that. So it looks like it advertise people to take a look at something new happened to Quibi, but still, at the same time, I would say it improves the Apple brand equity itself. Okay. Twitter ads targeting. So how to find whom to target, right? So we have Twitter has some very unique way to do it. We call it as installed app targeting. So if Twitter users agree, every time there are a very long, lengthy document for us to click, oh, I agree with the terms, blah, blah, blah. If you don't agree, you cannot move on, right? So if you'd like to move on, you need to click, I agree. So if Twitter users agree to share with Twitter the other apps they use on their mobile device, Twitter could get access to that information, and from that, from get information about what kind of other apps their clients use on mobile device. It will give them more information about their clients, and it is very helpful for them to pinpoint which one could be their could be the target with the most potential, right? Okay. Other ways people use the word tailored audience. It's something like we call it as retargeting on Twitter. And do you remember retargeting? What is retargeting? Retargeting is the advertisements will be everywhere on Twitter this time. Okay, here's another screenshot from my Twitter account. So it's our studio. As you can see, here's a video, right? Click it. You can take a video about. So this lecture, don't let long-running tasks hang your users introducing IPC for Shiny. And you can either make a comment, retweet, likes, or sharing. Okay. Let's move on to Instagram. So for Instagram and YouTube, I'm not going to spend much time. I'd like to only focus on some specific aspects. So Instagram, as I said before, Instagram is a part of Facebook, the company of Facebook, right? So Facebook, relatively, there are many mid-aged people or elder people who use Facebook, right? For Instagram, the audience, the clients who use Instagram, they are much younger. So like the range would be, 50%. 80% of Instagram clients would be from 15 to 35. So it's pretty younger than the users on Facebook. So I'm pretty sure that the average age for Facebook users would be more than 40 years old. Okay. Why Instagram is so popular for young people? Because it was designed for mobile use from the start. It's very clean and simple. So it is an image, a platform for quality pictures and video. It is a visual platform. As we mentioned so many times that video is more popular than picture, image. An image is much preferable to people than lines, right? So that's the perfect example for that. So Instagram is very it's the top, probably is the top one to be used by young people. And it also uses hashtag as symbol, and it's also Instagram offers seamless connection to Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, and Flickr. So it's very convenient. So you can from Instagram you can get many other platforms you are interested in. Okay. Also, Instagram offers a business page, and you can take a look at how to do business on Instagram. And influencer marketing. Here's one thing, the last thing I'd like to mention for Instagram. So we have influencers across all platforms, social media platforms, right? But I'd like to focus, I'd like to emphasize that on Instagram, influencer marketing is the place which, in which influencer marketing is most widespread. What does that mean? By saying Instagram is where influencer marketing is most widespread. Why? You know why? Because at the beginning, at the first 4 to 5 years, the Instagram was very hesitant to accommodate any kind of advertisement. So no advertisements at all back then. So as you can imagine that it's give so huge space, so good opportunity for people, for some person, for some individual who have a lot of followers to do what? To advertise themselves, to build up their individual brand equity, to get people know them better, and to get a higher influence, to be more influential, right? But of course, in the end, Instagram introduced advertisements several years ago. So after that, you can also see advertisements on Instagram. But I would emphasize that even though advertisements was introduced in the end, influencer still plays important role on Instagram. So that's what I'm going to emphasize. And here's the Adidas US Instagram page. You can post, you can add a comment, and you can click likes, or you can click the picture or click this hashtag to see what other stuff you are interested in for Home of Classics. The last one I'd like to talk about YouTube. So YouTube was founded in 2005. Do you remember? YouTube is still the second one, right? Let me see it. No. Where is it? Okay, sorry. Okay, I lost it. Okay. So YouTube is the second largest one in the world, in the social media platforms world. So its monthly active users is also more than 2 billion users. So it's a huge market, right? So here's the one sentence YouTube advertisers everywhere. So anyone with a video camera is a filmmaker. It's very beautiful, right? So only if you have a camera, you can create a video, so you can be called as a filmmaker. How to do advertisement on YouTube? So you can either use YouTube ads or influencers and content. So we can see there are so many influencers on YouTube who have millions of followers, right? Millions of subscribers. And you, if you take a look at this, let me do it. I like YouTube, by the way. I take a look at YouTube every day, several times.
You're a business owner that's tired. All right, you're just tired. You're tired of dealing with customers, customer service, chargebacks, refunds, disputes. You're tired of dealing with.
So should you be using YouTube advertising to grow your business? The answer is yes. You know, a lot of business owners are focusing on Facebook and Instagram. Opportunity to grow your business on YouTube.
Actually, it is a very short lecture in University of San Diego. So this I can call it as influencer. So Think Media, he created Think Media, and Think Media has more than 1 million subscribers, right? So from watching this video, you can get some good idea about how to do advertisements on YouTube by ways of YouTube ads, influencers, and content. There are 6 different types of ads. There are display ads, overlay in video ads, true video in stream ads, and blah blah blah. And you can have a good knowledge about these six types. It's from YouTube Help. So it tells you the placement for each type of ads. And if you are using desktop, you can see all kinds of all these 6 types of advertisements. But if you are using mobile devices, you cannot see the display ads or overlay ads. Okay, and you can also get to know some details about the ads, like the size or the format, right? Okay. So how to make money from YouTube? YouTube, people create videos for other people to watch, right? So by creating or enticing people to watch your video, you can make some money. Okay. Of course, during the process, YouTube, the platform itself, makes money too. Okay. And people say that for some very successful influencers, they can make it as their full job. You know, they can make a lot of money from people who watch their videos. Okay, so that's all for chapter 10. I bet you have more detail, more knowledge, much more knowledge than me. But here I'd like to get you to think about from another perspective. To for instance, imagine you are a marketer. So how to do advertisements from different platforms? What's the features of this platform? So what kind of measures or ways they for this platform to get the customers, right? So different platforms is good at different aspects. For instance, Instagram is very good at images. YouTube is so good at videos. Without a video, you cannot, be popular on YouTube, right? Popular YouTube is for video, and so on. So I'd like you to, to get some knowledge from playing. Okay. Thank you so much. We'll talk soon. Okay. Bye.